Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Real Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. J, and in this longer video, I will be talking about, of course, Kylian Mbappe, because today is a very important day considering that France has been eliminated from the European Championship and Kylian Mbappe has been postponing his decision about his future for the end of the participation of the national team of France in this European Championship. So what we have to know, or what we have to think, is that as of today, right after the elimination of his team yesterday against Switzerland, Kylian Mbappe will take a decision regarding to his future, and very soon. But it's not going to be just about Kylian Mbappe, it's about all the things that Real Madrid has to keep in mind for now, all the things Real Madrid has to do when it comes to the signing of Kylian Mbappe. And of course, we will have to keep in mind the reaction that might have PSG regarding to the future of Kylian Mbappe and the decision of the French player to leave PSG as of the next summer. So let me get into the details. Let me get started with the plan. I mean, what is the plan? What is next? What is going to happen? What is expecting to happen with Kylian Mbappe? So today, I think that Kylian Mbappe will go on vacation. This is not official, of course, but right after the participation of France, he will probably go on vacation, some days of rest before to get back to France, before to get back to Paris, and then allegedly make the call to PSG to say, hey, I want to leave PSG, because that is the next step in the signing of Kylian Mbappe. As you know, we've been talking about that a lot on the past. I mean, we've been talking about what is going to happen. What it needs to happen is that Kylian Mbappe make the call to PSG to communicate that he wants to leave the French team and sign for Real Madrid the next season. So once Kylian Mbappe tells Al-Khelaifi or Leonardo that he wants to quit, he wants out, then Real Madrid will be expecting the reaction from PSG. I mean, the first thing, the number one thing that have to happen is that Kylian Mbappe make the call. Once he makes the call privately, I mean, once he has a kind of meeting or whatever it is with Leonardo and Al-Khelaifi, then the next thing we'll see the reaction of PSG. So depending the reaction that Al-Khelaifi has, I mean, depending if Al-Khelaifi says, okay, if you want out, we will try to ease the process, we will try to make the things easier for you so you can play in Real Madrid. Or on the other hand, if he reacts really badly and say, hey, you're not leaving PSG, you are staying PSG, you have to accomplish the whole contract, you have to stay one more year because that is what your contract says, and things like that, then Real Madrid will try one way or the other. So if Al-Khelaifi says that, if Al-Khelaifi reacts really bad and denies the possibility for Kylian Mbappe to leave PSG, then the best way for us, for Real Madrid, is to wait a little bit more and say, okay, just say to Kylian Mbappe, okay, just go out of public and say that you want to leave PSG, so we can place a lot of pressure on Al-Khelaifi and PSG publicly. So every single person, every single journalist, every single media, newspapers and stuff like that move towards Al-Khelaifi, asking why he's not admitting, he's not allowing to Kylian Mbappe to leave PSG and sign for Real Madrid. So that way it might change the opinion, it might change the mind of Al-Khelaifi and get the things a little bit more easier for Real Madrid to sign to the French player. But on the other hand, if Al-Khelaifi, it's okay with that and say, okay, let's try to make the things work out and let's try to make all this process easier for everybody, then Real Madrid probably expect the call from Al-Khelaifi saying, okay, my guy, my player Kylian Mbappe wants out, he wants to play for you guys, so let's sit down on the table and try to make the things easier for everybody. So let's try to set the price for the guy, set the price, market price for Kylian Mbappe. Maybe just give me, I don't know, 100 million plus one player or something like that. But try to make the things work out, you know, try to make the things easier for everybody. And that is the second choice Real Madrid is expecting to happen. But nobody knows, man, because when it comes to Al Khelaifi, PSG, I don't know, and I'm not sure how easily is going to be. I mean, I don't know if Al Khelaifi, PSG, Al Thani in Qatar are willing to release Mbappe this year, because if you think about it, the next World Championship will be on Qatar, and they want Mbappe in the PSG as an icon of the World Championship for the next year. So if you think about it, it's not going to be any easier, and I don't know if they will be okay with Mbappe leaving PSG this year. So on the other hand, we have to keep in mind that Khelaifi is receiving actually a lot of pressure from Qatar, because there are people out there, especially Al Thani, who is pushing to Al Khelaifi to retain Kylian Mbappe in the squad. So for him, it's a very crucial topic. I mean, it's not something like, okay, it's not big deal. No, it's big deal, because it really depends. I mean, what happens with Kylian Mbappe, it's going to be the future for Al Khelaifi, because Al Thani might decide to kick out to Al Khelaifi from PSG if he is not able to keep Kylian Mbappe on the squad. You know what I'm saying? So if you keep that in mind, it's very difficult for everybody. This is not like an easy movie where you see the good guys, the bad guys, that's it. No, it's not as simple as that. I mean, there are more circumstances, there are more, you know, difficult reasons for everybody, for Al Khelaifi, Mbappe, and Real Madrid. But if they try the hard way, if they try to retain Kylian Mbappe, then the only choice for Real Madrid, I mean, if they don't feel the pressure from the public, if they don't feel the pressure from the newspapers and media and all the stuff, then Real Madrid will not have any other way other than wait for the next year when Kylian Mbappe finishes his contract with PSG, and then he can comes up with for free. So that would be easier, but it's not exactly what Los Madridistas are waiting for. So, I mean, I think I'm talking on behalf of all Los Madridistas around the world. I mean, I think that the most exciting thing that can happen when it comes to Kylian Mbappe is that he signs for Real Madrid this year, not the next year, because we've been waiting for so long. So that wouldn't be, I mean, it would be a nonsense for Los Madridistas to wait another more year. I mean, that would be nuts. I mean, it would be like boring. I mean, at the end of the day, you will accept it, right? It's going to be okay. I mean, if he has to come up the next year, not this year, I'm okay with that, but it's not exactly what we're waiting for. So in my opinion, Florentino Perez is working as hard as possible to sign Kylian Mbappe, but if there's no other way around, there's nothing you can do about that. So there's still one more way for Kylian Mbappe to be released from PSG, and he's trying to appeal to the rule that says that if one player doesn't want to play any longer in his team, then he can be released, but paying a lot of money, and that payment would be about the same market price that he has. That would be about 150 million euros. But I don't think that Kylian Mbappe and Real Madrid want to try that route. I mean, before to do that, Real Madrid and Mbappe wants to try make the things a little bit easier for everybody and not try the hardest route, because that would be a pain in the ass. I mean, it's pretty normal that when a player doesn't want to play any longer for their team, then they try different routes, different possibilities. For example, with Neymar, we saw that, and he finally had to stay because there's no way, there was no any other way for him to get out of PSG. You know what I'm saying? So considering that, it's gotta be difficult, but as of today, everything can happen. And in my opinion, we will hear something very soon, because everybody was expecting for France to last in the European Championship, to go through all the way through to the finals. So I was assuming that we were not going to hear anything about Mbappe before July the 11th, which is the last day, which is the final of the European Championship. But now that they have been eliminated, the French national team has been eliminated. In my opinion, we will hear something really soon, and hopefully, let's cross the fingers and see if Florentino Perez is able to, to put everything on the table, or to have a trump card or something like that to sign Kylian Mbappe. It's gotta be difficult though, because we all know that Kylian Mbappe wants to play in Real Madrid, but Al Khelaifi doesn't. So everything can happen, but of course, whatever it happens, is going to happen very soon. I mean, I would say mid-July, between mid-July and August, everything will be wrapped up and everything will be known by that time. Maybe at most the first days of August, we should come out with a solution. We should know something new. We should know something definitive in the signing of Kylian Mbappe. But whatever it is, I will keep you posted, guys. So now let me know your thoughts about that. Just comment in the section below, and of course subscribe my channel, Real Madrid Hub.